as Photoshop is just a different company makes it. So I'll open up my PDF file that I got here now, which I think I put them all in the right place. Ready? Yeah. So, oh, did I do it all in the other one? Wait, I'm design PSD, here we are. So, because I'm using Apple Motion, I need to group all of my images together. Let's remove all that, didn't end up working. So as you can see, I with the Infinity Design, which is the other program I got here, I was able to make my logo, which is trademarked, by the way. No one's steely. So yeah. And I've just grouped things together. I needed to update this anyway because some of the things weren't as good as I thought they would be. I wanted to make that a little bit more basic. I'm playing Rogue Ashley, definitely. As if I could get some sleep tonight. I gotta get up early, do the fence anyway. I should be on by the time you lot play Rogue. So you have this all layered. And the reason why I need it layered is because I'm using Apple Motion. So we'll close that down. We'll jump back into Apple Motion now. If you don't layer your photo, it's really hard to animate it because everything's on a flat pane. You got to go back and either Photoshop, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, and you've really got to go back on yourself and cut things out and relayer them, and it is a pain in the ass. So what we do from here is we'll import the files. We got cam design here, so we'll import that into Apple Motion, and we'll import it as all layers. Again, if we import as merge layers, that's really bad because that means we're going to have a flat image and we're not going to be able to animate it tidy. So we'll import it as all layers. And there we go. There's our image brought into Apple Motion. I got to resize it a sec. Once I find where it is. Here we are. I think I had the layout of Apple Motion set differently for another project, but that's fine. So now you're in Apple Motion, you have your image, you have your layers on the side here as well. I need to get rid of a couple layers a sec, which were not worth me having. So what we'll do from here is, what I want to do is I want to set it to have a rainbow background like I've done in the back. But not much. How are you? I hope your day's been good, man. So we have this little Savage Willabits. Thank you, man. So we have this image here. And what I want to do is I want to make a rainbow background in the back. So like I got on my stream. Now, there's many ways of doing this, but the best way is to create a mask. behind what you want to be rainbow effect. I tell you what we'll do, we'll make a middle rainbow effect this time. So what we want to do first is to create circle overlay over the top of it. Remember the circle overlay, because we want it to be rainbowed. We'll go into inspector and we'll go into the fill mode and change it to gradient. And then from there, then we can make our own gradient by popping on the gradient tab. And we'll just click along the line, and as you can see, I'm adding more tags that I can set the color with the gradient. So guys, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, don't be afraid to ask, and I'll definitely answer them. A Windows alternative, Danny, there are a couple. I'll do a Windows alternative in next Fridays if you want me to. Is just I find Apple a bit easier to use. So for a Windows alternative, you'll be looking at Adobe software. So Adobe, Photoshop, Adobe, Premiere Pro for video editing. They've got Illustrator for drawing. So it is that line of products, and to be honest with that line of products, they charge way over the odds. I think it's like 50 quid a month to use them. If you could get them free, get them free. If you can't, you know, they are dear. I'll definitely look at more free alternatives for next Friday's stream, and everything you learn here anyway will, you know, translate over as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start doing our rainbow effect on the circle. So obviously start with red. And we'll just keep on going through. My HSP sliders come up now. So yeah, let's go along the tabs. Turn the saturation up. And we'll just pick each color in the rainbow. I mean, who doesn't like unicorn vomit? I think everyone likes a bit of unicorn vomit. Jesus Christ, that boy is loud. Yeah, all the principles are the same, Dan. They will all translate over, really? That's not what I wanted. I want to remove her. Here we are. Yeah, so the principles are definitely the same. Like if you learn something in one software, you should be able to do it in another. Definitely. So as you can see, our gradients at the minute are all flat. So there's not much color difference here. Now if we go to our filters, I do believe, no, edit gradient there. That's going to allow us to stretch our gradient out. So here we go. And then you get that sort of rainbow effect. Now, I like to put mine on an angle because it gives you a bit more of a better effect. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to add a mask to this. What a mask does is it tells the animation that this is the only part we want this circle to show up in. So like I said, we'll go with the grey this time. Yeah, we add an image mask for that. Would you add the mask? No, sorry. We got to add it to the circle, so add an image mask to the circle we just created. And then we'll drag in whatever layer we want it to show up on. So I said we'll do it for the grey, so we'll drag the grey layer straight into the image mask. And as you can see, it's shown up there. I need to put that over there to at least visible. So whatever you want to show on top. Hey Brennan, how are you doing, man? So whatever you want to show on top, you put it on top. And then whatever you want to be in the background, you put in the background. So that's, we've got our image set up. We need to animate this so that all the colors change. Glorious with a stretch. How's that for you, man? So we go back into our circle now. And what we need to do is we need to add a keyframe. Now what a keyframe is, it is a point where it tells the animation, the software, okay, this is where I want this position. So, you know, it tells you, right, I want it either position, or I want it to do this, do that, or I want it to be here in the document. So, we're going to add a keyframe. The way we add a keyframe in this one is to go to my circle. And we go to properties. Now, what I want to do is change the position. Or the rotation, I mean change the rotation of where the colors are. So I'm going to click on the mark, but this may be different in other software, but the principles are the same. So you click there and it creates a keyframe for me. Now we can move this along the timeline. So let's move it all the way to the end. And then we could click on this again, it'll create another keyframe. Now you can see what it's done is it's created a line for me, which is the timeline for this image. So what I'm going to do right at the end here now is I'm going to set a rotation of this to 360. So it rotates all the way around. And now as I drag the slider across the timeline, you could see it. It's actually animated, which is pretty cool. Now to make things a little better, we need to change this line here. Go down to interpolation. No, I can't English myself. Click on Bezier. And what a Bezier interpolation does is instead of a straight line going up, it'll give you a nice curve to the animation, which will make your animation a little bit smoother. And what I'm going to do as well is I noticed that our circle was clipping the edges a bit as I was turning in, so I'm going to just make it slightly bigger. And then when we click the play button, yeah, see how it's clipping there? I need to make that side a little bit bigger. And that side. As you can see, that's just a nice basic animation. So let me just make it a little bit bigger. Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you've seen, hit the like button, subscribe and leave a comment. All this helps the channel immensely. If you want to see more tutorials, we'll be posting one on YouTube once a week. But if you want to catch them sooner, we have a Twitch channel which we stream to on Thursday and Friday, 7 PM GMT, where we'll be doing all streaming tips and tricks. And we also have an after party where I play some games with the community. As always, thanks for watching. Ciao for now.